a seat. As we recessed yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, this witness had been passed for redirect to the state. Mr. Turner?
Mr. Parties have agreed to waive redirect and recross of this witness, Your Honor.
We have no recross and no redirect, Judge.
Recall?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, sir. We have been released not subject to recall. We've been asking the other witnesses since the rule was invoked, please don't discuss it with anybody until you're aware the trial is over.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Your next witness.
Cody Allen.
Good morning. Would you raise your right hand? You do solemnly swear the evidence in your testimony given the cause will be the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
This is our witness stand over here. You'll have a seat. Adjust that microphone if you need to. You may proceed.
Tell us your name.
Cody Allen.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a Texas Ranger stationed in Midland, Texas.
Would you tell us about your background in law enforcement?
Yes, so I completed the DPS Academy in 2007, was a state trooper for approximately 6 years. After that, I was a special agent with our Criminal Investigations Division. And then I became a Texas Ranger in 2019.
And do you have any specialized training in crime scene investigations?
Yes, sir, my specialty is in 3D reconstruction, primarily with the Leica Geosystems product.
With the what?
Leica Geosystems product.
Tell us what the Leica Geosystem project is. Product, excuse me.
Sure, it's a we have a variety of 3D scanners that create and document a crime scene in 3D. They're 3D scanners that take distance measurements, which then take those distance measurements and turn them into a point cloud or a virtual cloud of the crime scene.
And is that Leica scanner, is that a constant product in law enforcement?
Yes, sir, not only in law enforcement, but also in the private sector for construction, engineering, architecture.
Okay. And can you tell us in general how you use the Leica scanner at Robb Elementary?
Yes, sir. We use it to document the crime scene, all the way from the vehicle crash to that west building of the school, inside and out, to create a 3D model, an accurate 3D model of the crime scene.
And the Leica scanner, if used properly, creates an accurate product.
Yes, sir, very accurate.
And as you evaluated the work that y'all did out there at Robb School, did it create a product that you can share with the jury?
Yes, sir.
Specifically as to distances
Yes, sir.
and as to the south side of the 4th grade wing at Robb Elementary.
Yes, sir.
And did you provide some show and tell so the jury could understand the distances?
Yes, sir.
Now, your work shows distance, but it doesn't show time. Is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
So the time to cover a distance would have to come from another source.
Yes, sir.
It just shows the distance.
Yes, sir.
So whether it takes 12 seconds to cover a distance or it takes 45 seconds to cover a distance, you can't tell us about that. All you can tell us is how far the distance is.
Correct, sir.
We would have to refer to body cameras or other things to determine how long it took to cover that distance.
Yes, sir.
Showing you exhibits 6, 8, 4, and 5. Do you recognize those exhibits?
Yes, sir.
Is this the work that you produced as part of using your Leica system?
Yes, sir.
Tender to the defense for admission.
So, yeah, it's 4, 5, 6, and 8. Is it for demonstrative or you're offering it?
I'm offering it.
Give 5, 6, and 8.
For distances.
Yeah, she's responding right now. Like down to 4, 5, 6, and 8. So just making sure we don't have any 4, 5, 6, and 8.
Just to make it clear, Your Honor, we have reserved the early numbers for poster boards, and the photographs started later on. That's why these seem to be out of order.
Thank you.
No, actually, we already have an 8, so medical records, you can make that one 7.
Okay. And instead of 8, we offered a 7. Well, let's make that change now.
So, I'm sorry, what are the numbers again?
4, 5, 6, and 7.
Okay, thank you.
No objection.
They're admitted.
Would you please approach, we're going to demonstrate these distances for the jury. And we got jurors all the way across, so I brought this for you to use to, that helps stay away from. Starting with states. Exhibit 6. Could you take a second to familiarize us with the building that we're looking at?
Yes, sir. Your parking lot, where the teachers were parking, is here on the bottom of the board. Towards the top of the board would be towards the other area of the school.
And how was this product, States Exhibit 6, how was it produced?
Sure, so the scanner creates a cloud of points that are distance measured, such as any 3D model you may be familiar with virtual reality or anything like that, but extremely accurate. We then take a slice or a picture of that data from a certain distance down, so this one's from the top down. And then from that, we're able to create accurate measurements. All these points that are created in here are measurable points. As the scanner hits a certain point on a wall, 2 million points a second, and creates this cloud.
And so is the building in place, the building as it appeared as far as the outline according to the scanner?
Yes, sir. The only thing that's not here is the roof. As the scanner cannot see the roof, it's a line of sight instrument. It has to see it to scan it.
So it's as if the roof has been taken off.
Correct, sir. Just the ceiling tiles are left.
And when did y'all use this scanner?
I believe it was the day after the shooting and the day after that, sir.
Okay. And the vehicles that are pointed out there, were they in that place or was that added?
This was as it was when I arrived the day after the shooting.
And the parking lot, the way it appeared?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so starting with State's Exhibit number 6, we have a measurement. Is that from the end of this walkway, so that if somebody were stepping off of this walkway and heading to the south door of the 4th grade wing?
Yes, sir. This is the overhang that was covered sidewalk all the way down, from that covered sidewalk all the way down to that south entrance of the school.
And tell the jury what the distance is from the walkway all the way to the south door.
For this measurement, it was 46 yards or 138 feet with a little change on both ends.
Okay. And as to whether that took a little over 12 seconds, we would have to look to the body cam or somebody else, not to you.
Yes, sir. This is all I can tell you is the distance measurement.
State's Exhibit 7. Make sure it's oriented the same. Is this the same diagram that we've been looking at, the Leica scanner production?
Yes, sir.
In the same condition?
Yes, sir.
What is the measurement in State's Exhibit 7 showing us?
43 yards or 129 feet. Again, some change on both ends.
And what is the distance from and to?
From would be the officer's patrol car door. That's where I took the measurement from the driver's door all the way to where the door would be in that south entrance.
So just about 3 yards shorter than the distance that we measured from the coming off of this walkway to that area.
I believe so, sir.
close to the same distance. Thank you. And now showing you State's Exhibit 4. Can you tell us, is this the same overview that we've seen in the other
Yes, sir.
two diagrams? And what is the distances you've marked here?
This was from the patrol car's driver's door, again, that same point, all the way to the edge of that southwest corner where the AC and chain link fence was, coming up to that west wall.
So that's an additional 10 yards that from the south door to the west wall.
Yes, sir. Approximately.
And the difference between 129 feet and 138 feet, about 9 feet?
Yes, sir.
Could you stand about 9 feet away from the jury rail?
Just off the top of my head, sir, it'd probably be around here. I'm about 6 feet tall, so.
And about how many steps is that? Just normal steps for you?
About 4, sir, 4.5.
Just 4.5 walking steps? And State's Exhibit 6. Let's see, I just did that. Says I'm supposed to grab this one. Excuse me. State's Exhibit 5. Is this the same Leica production that you've been talking about?
Yes, sir.
Is there an additional measurement on this?
Yes, sir.
And what is the measurement?
It's of the west wall of the school from the AC, corner of that AC vent all the way to that south door, including to that where it intersects and then up due to barriers in between.
So it's not just a straight line, it's a straight line plus an additional if you have to turn and go up the walkway.
Approximately, sir.
And so the total distance is how much?
Be about 66 yards, sir. So about 198 feet.
So this is 62 yards to here,
Yes, sir.
and then another 4 yards here, just so we understand.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Pass the witness.
May I proceed, Judge?
Please.
Thank you. Ranger Allen, my name is Jason Goss. I represent Adrian Gonzales along with my co-counsels, Nico and Gary. I guess to start out, you know, we've not met before, but I have met the subject of your expertise before, the Leica scanner. So I want to talk a little bit about the Leica and what it does, and then what it doesn't do, right?
Yes, sir.
So you are measuring distances. Well, the Leica will measure distances that somebody like you can, because when it comes in like raw, and there's just points everywhere, and then somebody like you has to, I say scrub it, but maybe clean it to where you can actually look into it and see the distance between 2 points. You'd agree with that?
Yes, sir.
And then, and that, you know, that just takes knowledge of a computer program and really inputting and telling the computer program what to do.
Yes, sir.
Like, and what I mean by that is that you would, because for instance, and we've been using this big map, the State's Exhibit 4, 5, 6, and 7, that was the state asking you to go into the program and do certain distances.
Correct.
And I'm presuming that the government, they could have asked you to do any distances from anywhere that the Leica scanner caught, and you would have gone in and you would have done those distances.
Correct, sir.
Right. So what we saw was the slice that they asked of you, and you complied, and you did your job, and you said, yeah, I can tell you these distances, and these distances, right?
Correct, sir.
But your distances don't, the distances don't tell what kind of stress a person's under.
Correct, sir.
They don't tell what a person can see or what a person is perceiving or how they're perceiving it.
Correct, sir.
Right. So, and additionally, I want to show you. So, as far, just so we can get an idea, your Leica, you have that pointer? Thank you. Just so you can reach it, just point it for you. Can you just, can you show the jury, like, all the places that we could have gotten? And what I mean by that is I'm sure your Leica didn't get the points over here.
No, sir.
Right. You placed it, how many different placements did you have to do to get the data that you collected?
A total, sir, 145.
So you moved that thing 145 times?
Yes, sir.
And when I talk about placements, what I mean is there's a tripod with a Leica. You do it in an area, it'll gather the data for that area, and then you have to move it to somewhere else.
Correct, sir.
Somewhere else. And I'll say, just from my experience with it, that 145 times is a pretty big area to move a Leica that much.
Yes, sir.
And that's probably, I'm assuming, because you had to move it different places outside, but you also went inside, and then you have to, the Leica can't see through walls, so you have to move it for each room.
Correct, sir.
Did you have to move it sometimes several places in a room?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that, all of that together would account for it. Can you just show us with the pointer on the map how many, I guess, what is the total area that your Leica scan covered with all the 140-something placements?
I can tell you, sir, the total area that was used in the final product.
Sure. Okay.
As it will hit, it's a line of sight instrument, so it may see something way off.
Right.
However, those points were turned off and not used as they were not pertinent for it. So we focused on the area of the crash here where the X is, and then went around that building through the parking lot also, so we could capture, because it's line of sight. We want to make sure we can see in between cars, and then inside both doors.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because it sounded like from where you pointed, or it looked like that like Geraldine, you kind of cut off. You cut off everything Geraldine and North.
Yes, sir.
What about this intersection right here? Did the Leica capture the distance between somewhere like here and somewhere like this west door?
I would have to look at that data precisely, sir.
It would take a lot, but I guess you did do from the crash,
Yes, sir.
and this is pretty much even from the crash.
Yes, sir.
Did the government ask you to calculate the distance between, like for instance, I don't know if you know this, but we know it now, that there were 3 police cars that were set up at this corner, like with line of sight to that west door. Did they ask you to calculate the distance between these cars and that west door?
No, sir.
All right. And as far as the distance around, so a car driving from here and driving around the school and coming in over here on the front side of the school, did you calculate any of those distances?
No, sir.
All right. So when we talk about, and you can just leave your pointer there. I might need it again. When we talk about the I guess when we talk about what you had, though, I mean, I don't know, maybe from that distance around Geraldine to the front of the school, could you have calculated that if they asked you to, like from the south part of, like running along the south part of Geraldine around to the front of the school?
No, sir. Geraldine was congested with a lot of law enforcement vehicles, command trailers, news media, such as that.
Sure. So I guess what you mean by that is that you would not have been able to place it at the time that you were there the day after. You would not have been able to place it due to the congestion.
Correct.
But they didn't ask you to go back when it wasn't so congested and do it either.
That's correct.
Right. You did that one time, one scan that comprised of a lot of different scans, and then that was the only day you went out there to do it.
Roughly, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
As far as the shell casings, so I want to ask about shell casings in that one of the things that a Leica can do is it can show the distance between shell casings that were on the scene inside the coverage area that you did.
Yes, sir.
And were you able to in the scanner, were you able to differentiate where the shell casings were?
All that was there, sir, when I scanned the outside were flags, and those
Okay.
flags represented cartridge cases.
Okay, so the flags were still there, the cases have been collected.
Yes, sir.
But I don't think anybody has any reason to believe that anything was different. And I don't think that you have any reason to believe that those flags didn't accurately represent where the shell casings were.
I believe they were accurate, sir.
Sure, and I think you're right. We don't have any reason to believe otherwise. So, just so that we can understand, so what the Leica can see is, they can see flags that represent shell casings. Let's say the flags weren't there and the shell casings were there. Could they see the shell casings in the grass? Could the Leica see that?
There's different variables, sir, with that. It's line of sight, depending if you can see it in the grass or not, depending how tall the grass is. There's multiple variables there, sir.
And that's what I wanted to understand. But once you had a flag up there, the Leica would see all those flags.
Yes, sir.
All right, so, did the state ask you to calculate any distances between shell casings?
No, sir.
All right. And when I don't know if you can do this from memory, since they didn't actually calculate it, did you get a clean product as far as, like, even though we don't have them in big pictures here, distances, did you ultimately, were you able to see, like, here's where the shell casings are, and you could have calculated the distance?
I can see where the flags were, sir.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. And you're right, it is flags. Shell casings were picked up, but I guess the shell casing representations, right? So, you said that the Leica covered this area here.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember in your report, did you have any shell casings that the Leica picked up or any shell casing representatives in this field out here?
I don't remember any of them out here, sir. I remembered some that were close to here and close to that sidewalk there.
Okay, so, and then the shell casings went here, like kind of down here around the sidewalk, and then up the building, you saw flags here
Yes, sir.
as well. Okay, so nothing out here,
Not that I can remember, sir.
nothing out here on the south,
No, sir.
right? Nothing out here. All right, so, and to be honest, the jury's already seen, you know, those pictures and the flags and everything else, and really what the Leica would do is, it wouldn't pick up any more than they had already flagged out. Right?
Correct, sir.
So, but you would also know the distances between them, you could know the distances between them accurate to sometimes, what, a millimeter?
Correct, sir.
Okay, pass witness, Judge.
And does a photograph show exactly where a casing is? A photograph of a casing.
No, sir.
It doesn't show where the casing is,
It would show a general area of that, sir, but not a distance accurate measurement.
but it shows it along with where the tent is.
Yes, sir.
And is that why photographers do both the casing, the marker, and then back off so that you can see where it is in location?
Yes, sir.
So those three photographs together tell you exactly where the
Yes, sir.
casing is. Pass the witness.
I don't have anything further, Judge.
Recall?
No.
Okay, sir, you are excused, not subject to recall. We've asked that you not discuss the case until you're aware the trial's over. Thank you very much.